Yes, once again, folks. This is Love Afrobeat Music Talk Radio, your number one African Caribbean online radio. We are live to today, the second day of March, the year of our Lord, 2024. And we are so proud of ourselves having gotten here, folks. Because not a lot of people have been able to make it this far. This morning, we woke up, you know what, bright and early, had breakfast, lunch, what have you. From that time to the time that we are speaking with you, we are going to be having as a conversation. So many people haven't made it. Thank God that you are around today. You know what? If you are healthy, you are wealthy. My name is DJ TYB, the place to be, with my co-host, Ron Mollinga. Oh yes, Ron and I have a story to tell you because, you know what? It's a secret, but I'll get that to you getting to the end of the program. But we have a very special show for you, as usual today, and we have a group from Ghana, a musical group from Ghana. This is their second stint on Love Afrobeat Music Talk Radio. About 2 years now, if my memory will serve me right. Well, we are here back with them again, and they are as evergreen as ever. But before we go on, I would like to see how Ron is doing on the west coast of Canada, in beautiful British Columbia.
Hey, TYB, hello everyone. It's on the west coast of Canada. It is, some of us are getting snow, some of us aren't. I was able to ride my bike yesterday and feel like I wasn't gonna be riding in the snow, which was nice. Today is just an overcast day. Sorry, it's nothing exciting. We're not getting, 35-degree heat, but then we're not sitting at minus 5 either. So it's just an overcast day, and it's like usual. It's a pleasure being on the show with you, TYB, and all your guests today, which will be awesome. And it's looking forward to the show.
Well, it's been sunny here, but don't let the sun fool you. It's sunny, you go out there, you come back. But the weather has been great today. Folks, if Canadians meet and we don't talk about the weather before we go on to any other thing, then it means that you are not a Canadian. Well, having said that, folks, it's my pleasure to introduce to you once again a group to reckon with, ADASAMMA, an AFRO-FUSION group that has been growing. I've been seeing them progress over the past couple of years. Well, here they are once again, and they are so as tight as the word tight together. Hi, Bright. Hi. Hi. Well, I would like you to introduce yourself.
Of course, you got my name already, right?
Yeah, say a little bit about yourself.
Okay. My name is Bright Seba. For people call me names, and I'm a guitarist and a leader of ADASAMMA.
Awesome. And
I'm Richmond. The basis for ADASAMMA group. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm Rich. The keyboardist for ADASAMMA group. Yeah.
And folks, it will interest you to know that the twin brothers are with the group right now. That's Richmond. Yeah. Seriously speaking, this is Ron. This is my first time seeing, apart from the fact that we rarely see that, but in musical circles, you're an artist like myself. Have you seen or heard anything like that?
Yes.
You have, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. The first question that I would like to ask you, since a lot of fans are there looking at you and watching and listening to you right now, how did you guys get together as ADASAMMA? And before that, what does ADASAMMA mean?
Okay, first of all, ADASAMMA is a local chief, meaning togetherness as one. That's the idea of ADASAMMA. And we met way back 2012, right? 2012,
2013.
2013, 2012. Yeah, it was the same people, me and the friends that we had an idea to form. That we like to record our original song and tour with it. And here we are still together.
Wow, wow. So how did you meet? How did you meet?
Okay. Oh, we met in high school.
High school, yeah.
Ah,
It all started from high school.
okay. And during the time that you guys met, did you ever think that you were going to take this far to this level where you are?
No, not really,
No,
not
no.
really. It was like by that time we were learning the instruments. I was playing guitar, Penny was playing keyboard, Richmond was playing the bass. So all we can do that time is to, rehearse, learn any song that we can our hands will get done. And as time went by, then we had the idea of okay, then we can do the same and then record our own song.
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
interesting. Ron,
The thing that I found out the most challenging was finding information on you guys. I looked all over the internet. It's easy finding where your songs are and where they're sold and where they're at. Spotify, all the things at Apple, all the platforms that you can find. But finding something about you as to who you are, and it looks like we have somebody else joining us here, who you are as a group. Tell us a little bit more so that people know who you are, because I'm going, okay, this group, they sound great, but I can't find any information on them. So maybe you guys can tell us a little more about yourself other than, where you met, because it's just not anywhere to be found.
Oh, really?
Okay.
who would like to go first?
Okay, so we are highlight fusion group of Ghana. We love music so much, and we have the idea of doing our own music, doing our traditional highlights, but fusing it with other genres to create a different sound. That's mostly what we stand for. Yeah,
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see.
yeah, that's the basic thing about that.
Okay.
Wow.
And so have you had the opportunity to play in many places outside of Ghana? Like, have you had that opportunity? Because as we all know, as I mention this all the time on shows, is that we all know that recording doesn't make much money, but performing live does. So have you guys had much chance to perform live in and outside of Ghana? How's that part of your the group work, and how's that been going for you?
Okay. I would say for now we've not gone outside Ghana, and that's our plan. That's our vision. So we plan towards it. We'll move outside Ghana. But right now,
Speak up a little bit, please.
Yeah.
doing shows in Ghana here and there. I don't think that's the movement.
And who writes the songs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I would say mostly right that
Oh,
with the help of others and also
I see.
the listener.
So Bright, now you meet. You are the chief songwriter there, right? So then you
Oh
meet.
no, Akim is the chief. I'm the linguist, The singer is the chief. I'm the linguist. I'm just the
Okay, so you've gotten the songs, or you've gotten an
Yeah.
idea. So you bring it onto the table. Do you or do it? How does it happen? How do you process it?
Okay, basically, first of all, we were all musicians before we thought about writing songs, writing songs. So everything about songs is like I have an idea musically, I have an idea how I have a melody, Then later, you know, we will try to fuse it together. And again, to Hakim to have songs already, so he also bring it. Then we adjust it to fit what we wanted. Is what we wanted to sound. Yeah, basically that's the idea of it.
So in essence, you all put your stuff together to do it. Is that you all put your ideas together to
Yeah,
do it?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I see. I see. Ron, you have a question?
Yeah, somebody's got music on in the background there. I don't know if that's is that because it makes it a little harder to hear you guys. That's
right.
all I. Because somebody sounds like somebody's playing with music or has music.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just that's why it makes it difficult to hear somebody there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's Hakim. Hakim is a music guy, so definitely wherever he goes, there's music with him, yo.
Yeah.
Hakim,
But trust me, Bright is a very good songwriter too. Bright, he's a very phenomenal songwriter. His dexterity on everything is phenomenal. Trust me, on the guitar and on the mic too. Not just Bright, all of the other guys. I love my guys. Trust me, I love my guys. Yeah.
So so Ron, you want to continue, please?
Sorry, say that again. TYB. What was that?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, when you guys, I mean, I always ask artists this every single time. Is the process you go through. I know all of us have different ways of writing songs. All of us do. There's probably no two artists that we've come across that will say they do it exactly the same. When you do this, I have had many people say this. They take one of these, a phone, and they'll record and sing into their phone, and they'll bring it back and say, okay, let's start recording from this that I sung. I sung these great lyrics on my phone. And so how does that work when you guys start it up? Do you always come to an agreement that this is how the song is going to work?
Okay, so in a group we have one person who's acting as the music director in the group. You know, no matter a song, if any of us bring a song, you know, there's one person, you know, showing that direction with the help of everybody. But like we all agree in this is how we want the music to go. So for me, for instance, I just sing have a melody in mind, and I just sing on the phone, and later I just call a team, bro, what's up, and I just have a melody like this. You would try and few things I'm low with, you know. So we will meet together and we share ideas, and but the main thing in ADASAMMA is we practice that idea for like a year before we record it. Practice that a year before we record it. So basically that is the idea.
Wow. Folks, we are in conversation with the group ADASAMMA, an Afro-Fusion group from Ghana, West Africa. We're having a conversation on HWY6 to Africa today. We are in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It's 14 minutes past 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, plus 7 degrees Celsius out there. It's doing pretty out there. Once again, my next question to you is, I'm going back to when you guys met. There was a core group. Now, how did you get all the others to fall in place to form this group where you are? And following you, you've been the same guys. The last time you were here, same guys, nothing has changed. I mean, how did you get the others to fall in place to be able to go through the rigors of, how when you put a group together, it's so difficult to put them together, but you have survived everything that a lot of people have not been able to survive. How did you put the others in place?
Okay. Richard, you answer this one.
Yeah, Richmond. Yeah, okay. I would say putting up a group or making up a group is very difficult in Ghana, especially in Ghana. But with the effort of explaining the vision, what the band wants to do in the future to the members, like always keep them close to the vision, and also brings them together. Like always explaining, like telling them the vision of the band. Like you get me. So like it's like just make, making them know the vision of the band, and they'll just follow. Like, yeah.
Oh,
All right, so adding up to what my brother is saying here, as he was saying, it's very, very difficult thing, doing something, especially a time where we are not, touring and getting money more. You understand? So meaning there has to be a lot of work and a lot of sacrifice. So we are lucky to, aside the music that we all live as brothers. I think that's one thing that's helping. And we are lucky to have these guys on board who are also willing to, who are along and trying their best to make everything that we started succeed. Yeah.
Yeah. And I would say it's discipline. You know, a lot of groups,
Yeah. Yeah.
putting groups together, like people together, you know, from different backgrounds, how they think, how they behave. So
Yeah.
I would say it's discipline. It's discipline. Yeah.
Good.
and now you've gotten everything in place. um, did you define where you were going? Because I'm saying this to say this to that you come out as an Afro-Fusion group. Tell the listeners out there how you have lived up to that name and how you came about by putting this kind of genre together and say, okay, this is the way we are going to go. And did you have any pushbacks from any one of you? Floor is yours.
Yeah, that's an amazing question.
That's a good
But
question.
yeah, correct said it's high life future, not Afro future.
The same. High life is Afro is high life. So sometimes when I say love the Afrobeat music, talk radio, people think it's only that Afrobeat music. No, Afro is African.
Yeah.
Beats. That's it. It's as simple as that. So you have the wherewithal to go anywhere, which way that you want to go. So Afro fusion, high life fusion, Afrobeat fusion, salsa fusion. They are all genres, and people enjoy them. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. All right. So that was a big time. I think that um we've been together for like 8, 7 years. That was a chance that took a lot of years. Knowing what the style that that will make us different from all everything around and everything. So we wanted to do her life. Okay, so if it's our life, what exactly will make it different? So that took us years to discover exactly how we do our music. Whenever a music is playing, everybody would just see, yeah, this is another stuff. Yeah. So it took us like 3 years, about like 3 or 4 years before we figure out the direction that we
That particular sound. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
And
it took us, a lot of prayers that we were practicing every time. We meet twice every that time, twice every week just to get that sound. We practice like 8 hours, 8 hours, 6 hours a day. We were meeting Tuesday and Thursday. So after we got okay, this is how we want everything to sound. Then now as we get idea, we started recording and then got the album out there.
very interesting. Very, very interesting. Ron?
Yeah, when you tell me nights of practice that you have, the first thing I think about is, so do you have day jobs then too that you have to keep in order to keep the band alive?
Making music
Music.
that's
Music.
what we put out we want to do. So we are just putting all our effort in it. Yeah.
So are you able to survive as just musicians then?
Yeah. So let me get that. So what we do is mostly we all have individual cover bands we play, and that's what we use for upkeeping. But with the band, the focus is general, what we are creating and our vision. But to push it, we do outside gigs, that's covers, to help us build what we want to do.
I just know that as a songwriter, I've retired from teaching for years and years and years, and fortunately that has kept me afloat enough to be able to do what I really want. However, I know as a musician, even here in Canada, as TYB you well know as well, to make money as a musician in any country in the world is a tough one. So how are you solving this? What are you doing to make sure that you guys are getting heard? Not only getting heard, but making sure that you're getting the gigs as well. What are you doing to do that? How do you keep yourselves afloat? I guess is about what I'm really asking is how do you do it?
Yeah, as my brother was saying, it's first of all, it's very hard, as you said, surviving as a musician, especially in this part of the world that we find ourselves, Ghana. But as my brother was saying, we all have other cover bands that we do, that we survive through. But the main thing is to for this ADASAMMA to get on that level, all around. So that is the challenging part, to get a promoter who understand what you are doing and try to help you all around the world. But we're still trying our luck, we're hoping lack of finance going to get there. Yeah.
And TYB, since I'm the only one here who has not been to Ghana, can you guys tell me why you keep saying this, especially in this country, it's so difficult? So why is it, especially in your country, more difficult than, say, other countries or places that you know, that it is so difficult to be a band or be a musician?
Well, I would say first of all, it starts with the organization. There is no organized system for musicians. It's just like you try a lot. If it happens for you, then it happens for you. I'm sure that's where it starts from. There is no organized system for musicians. You just fight on. So maybe you get to the top.
And I'm going to ask the question that I get told, because I've worked with a number of people from Nigeria, and the little pet peeve I have about the artists that I work for is that so often, unlike hearing great stations like Love Bay, you have to pay to have your songs played. Is that happening, and does that happen to where you are? Because I know that Love Bay, I just love guys like TYB and Jane and the people that work here because they don't charge us. They haven't yet, anyways, to play our songs. So, are you guys paying to have your song played?
Yes. You have to pay. And it's the same here. Even if you are paying, they have a category of songs they always want to play on air. So even if you are paying for airplay, it isn't much effective because the style of music you are doing is not what they are expecting.
Yeah.
Yes. Physically.
We just Afrobeat. They just have Afrobeat. I don't know what they call it. And if you are doing highlight, they think highlight is for the oldies. They call it old timers.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
See,
okay.
The question I always wonder about this is that when artists pay to have their songs played, how does that determine if they're really better than everybody else, or is it just the person with all the money? I mean, as we know, there are some Afrobeat artists who have a lot of money, and so they've been able to pay every radio station out there. But does that really make them any better? What are your thoughts on that?
That's the word that you said. It's money. If you have money, you'll be a big artist in Ghana. Yeah. If you don't, nobody give a damn about you. You just
I know.
That's how it is. Yeah.
This is sad because does it really determine what a good artist is then? I don't know. What are your thoughts on this, TYB? Because I know you are well aware of this as well. And are people offering you to play music on this station?
Never. And we will never do that if the music is clean, if the music is good. That's all people are expecting to hear. Because sometimes you never know, as an online radio that's so popular, you may never know whether a family will be sitting in a living room, listening and stuff like that. So you got to go clean. Sometimes one will just slip by, but all the same, you get it. But getting back to the payola system there, I have been through that, and not me personally, but I've heard that people do that. And why DJs do that, well, I cannot tell. But even the big stars, some of the big stars also do that. Trust me, Ron, we had there was one big artist who was here, and when they go to clubs, they push DJs to play their music. So it is done. But see, if you're a DJ and then you do that to an artist or a group of musicians, mind you, you are stifling somebody's. In the first place, to get the capital to go into the studio to record is one thing. To release is another thing. And if one has got to go scratch, sweat, rehearse, like they say they are rehearsing, they are doing all sort of things, and they come out with music. Not that the DJs involved do not know. They know the sweat and tears that people have to go through to bring out their music. And if you have to charge, sometimes I would say there might be some rocks in people's heads. Any comment on that? Once I just want to say that we don't do payola, provided your music is clean. Love it. We get music from all over the globe every now and then. There are a few of them that we might say, this one is not good, and stuff like that. So we are open for artists, emerging artists. We are the voice for the voiceless.
Thank you.
So if you are out there, and you feel that you have something good to do, I mean, to show and to get the world to listen to you, yes. ADASAMMA did it first, and I love them. I've been, following their progress. And I had their new track, and then coming back to that, how did you put this track and support together? Because the guitar works, the guitar works on that, I think it's brutal.
I listened to it. I've listened to a bunch
Oh my
of
God, it's brutal.
Yeah.
How did you put this track together?
Okay, Nyasapo was a song written by Hakim, our singer.
Okay.
So one day we were together and was like, right, I have a song. So what they did. So as he was singing, I realized it was like something like Yasapo. I don't know if you know Yasapo.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. The changes is like Yasapo. So I said, oh no, it's normal. So let's try and make it like how we want. And with few months, that was what we produced. That's all.
Good stuff. And now, how long did it take you to record this?
Nyasapo. We were in Nyasapo like 5 months before we recorded.
Oh, 5 months. Wow. I see. And everything was live.
Everything was live.
Everything is played live.
Live. Wow.
The album was recorded 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah.
Awesome. So my next question to you will be, what would be your advice to people who are thinking of going through the same way that you guys have been so good successfully, since 2013 or 2000? Yeah, you formed a core group, you added people, and then you stayed good together, up until now. And I know that I'm not going to steal Ron's question. I know what Ron will ask, so I wouldn't take it. So how are you looking into the future right now as it is? Because I've told the progression. What would be your advice to new people or people who are trying to put a group together or to go solo or stuff like that? What would be your advice?
Don't say, please don't do it.
I have a principle, whatever you want to do, just just try and stand in for something, like stand for something that it will bring impartation to people. Like if you mention Cristiano Ronaldo, at least you know he was a player. If you mention Michael Jordan, we all know he was a basketball, you know. So it takes a lot of sacrifices and it takes a lot of time. If you're a solo artist, maybe it might be easy, but if you're a band, like making everybody understand the vision of the band and also making people understand the goal of the band is something very very difficult. If you are blessed, if you are fortunate, if you have people that review outfits that you form the band, at least it's a bit easier. But the main thing is to keep going, no matter what happens, whatever you stand for, you just go straight to it. Yeah.
Wow.
But for me, I would say like you have to know what you want and you focus on it. Just know what you want to do, and you focus and work on it. Just work hard on it. You'll get there. I also believe is the love for what you do, and you try to not give up at a point in time because by all means you face some challenges, but it all comes with experience after you travel. That's when you have the experience to move on. Yeah.
Okay, with what you just said, the question is, have you faced any, and how did you overcome them?
For the first, we are still facing. We're still fighting our issue. But the main thing is, as I said, you just have to know what you stand for, no matter the consequences. Even if is your last thing that you have to do on it, at least you just try your best. You understand? Though we are not there yet, but we're still, trying to get through to the promised land.
Never say you are not there yet. You are there, but you want to continue the journey and get where you want to be. It's midway. So if you say you are not there yet, you are still sort of dispiriting yourself. But always say, "Hey, I'm there, but I have to get to where I want to be."
But I always want more, though. I always want more.
Precisely, precisely. Ronnie, you have a follow-up question? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, the challenges, of course, in recording in itself are a challenge. I know that. I don't know if you guys, and I'm sure you have heard of the guy who's here from Canada. I don't know if he's that famous, but his name's The Weeknd. And he has his last album he recorded all at home. When you guys go into the recording, do you actually go into a studio? Do you do it from home? Do you do it? I don't care the DAW you use, the digital audio workstation. That's just all technical stuff. But what do you guys do when you start your recording process? Do you do it from home? I like knowing this because I like to hear, because everybody has a different answer in terms of how they do this process. I know I do almost everything from home. But how do you guys start your recording process, and how do you take that challenge on, especially when there's 5 or 6 of you? Do you all go into your home at once, or one person's home, or maybe you all live together? I don't know. But how do you actually go about doing this?
Good question.
Okay. Actually, we all enter to the studio and play together and record. Yeah. So basically in the studio. But recently we tried doing the recording in our homes. That's the new songs we are trying to bring on board. Yeah. But mostly it's the studio.
So with the album we just released, most of them, as I said, we practice a lot. So as we book a studio, we go there, we know what we are going to do. So even if it's 1 hour, we all know the songs already. So even if it's 1 or 2 hours, we just record. And we take the sounds and give it to our mixing. But now the songs that we are doing, now everybody, we by ourselves a multi-track that we are doing our own recording. After that, we send it to an engineer and master.
So out of curiosity, do you guys, I just like to know this, I'm curious because I do this a lot, is you guys read music Did you have any formal education in music at all? Like I went to university for many years for music and stuff like that. So have you guys had experience with reading, and do you guys write charts out for people or for one another to share, and how do you go about doing that process?
Okay, it is part that we find ourselves, you know. It's kind of a street learning, you know. My dad is a musician, so I'll pick a lot of things from him, and I picked a lot of stuff in the free. But some of us still went to the platform education, which more like just went to a music school. So but most of the things that we do, we learn from the street. The thing that was around us, you know. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, we are in conversation with the group ADASAMMA, an African, or I would say HWY6 group from Ghana. We're having this great conversation. They've just released an album. Go check it out on well, we'll let them tell you where you can find great stuff that is on there. Here's the title track, Nyansapo, with some wicked George Benson like guitars out there. I love it.
Yeah.
I love these guys. So go check them out. My question to you will be, what does your creative process look like? Music first, the chicken before the egg, or the egg before the chicken?
Okay, mostly, as I said, we're musicians before we ever thought of writing songs. You know, as we got a singer, that's what we sort of, you know, writing, you know, lyrics. So most of the songs that we did, that is like, I'll have an idea in my head, or maybe when you have an idea, you know, maybe you just do one or two things with the instrument or something, or maybe it's my guitar. Then we come, then we send it to a WhatsApp group, then we all listen. So as we come to the rehearsal, everybody has an idea what we are coming to do. So then we all share ideas. If maybe there's a song that we want to add lyrics, then since we have the melody, we just think of something, you know, just add lyrics to it. Yeah.
You
Maybe
know,
that's the idea.
Ron, you know, when I had my first group in Akupenda, and we used to do it that way. But see, my whole thing is that if I come out with the music, I know where I want to take it to.
Yeah.
So if I bring it onto the table, and no matter how it is, no matter how much it becomes a hit, still I will not be satisfied. Has it happened to anyone? Because in the first place, I knew that I wanted to go that way. But because of the group work, we are going that way. Even though it sounds good, but still I'm not satisfied. Because I still want to go that way because I knew exactly why and where I wanted to take it. Has it happened to you guys?
Oh yeah. But
Yes, yes.
unfortunately for us, you know, since especially Richmond and Richard, we know how we think. Definitely know if I have a music, I just have an idea of how Richard will play because I've been with him for a long time. You understand? So definitely everything that he will play is in my head already. So as soon as I give it to him, he will just be playing what I was thinking. You know. So there's correction, then we just, you know, correct it and then Richard will say, so the guitar lines, can we try that? Then we just be sharing ideas.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, we have understanding of how everyone sounds like. And since we are moving in one direction, it's like no matter what, we have to stick to this. Although this might sound good, but this is the vision. So let's stick to this and add a little whatever you want to add.
yeah.
But yes, still, you have to be on point.
Wow.
Yeah. So can I ask you guys, because I've seen the pictures of you, and as I said, info on you was really difficult to find. What do you guys all play for instruments? And is there just one singer, or do you all sing? How's that work?
Oh, it's just one thing. The rest of us, we just do background singing. Yeah.
Backups,
We
yeah.
just play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what do you play for instruments?
I'm a guitarist.
Okay.
I'm a guitarist.
That was the George Benson, yeah.
He's a killer.
Yeah.
Thank you. Richard is the keyboardist, and Rich one is the
The
bassist.
business.
Yeah. And we have a percussionist and a drummer and a singer.
Okay.
So it's a five-piece group, right?
No,
Six.
Six. Yeah. I counted six there, I think.
Mhm.
So, so there's just one singer, and then the rest of you do backups and harmonies, of course,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, which one's the bass player?
Hey, I'm the bass player.
Oh, what do you play? Sorry, as a bass player. So I went to university bar. What do you play? What kind of bass?
The 5 string bass guitar, electric bass guitar.
Yeah. What make and model? Just curious.
Is that?
What make and model? Silly question. What is it?
The sound.
No, the
No.
the model.
Make and model. I'm just curious. Like a Fender jazz bass, or what is it? I'm just curious.
Oh, I play Max Miller bass, star bass.
Oh, okay. Cool. I was just curious. I noticed it sort of sounds like whoever your guitar player is, I don't remember here. It sounds like you're playing a semi-hollow body guitar. I don't know. Is that part of your sound, or what is it? How does that work?
When I was growing up, I went into the music more because of past my teenager drinking. Those are my inspirations. So in the recordings, I didn't have a chance of getting, that kind of solo, but I use a cheap guitar that I have that time to record. But I love music and I love a lot of sounds. It's not like just I play Hollywood, I'm into rock and all these things. So maybe I choose a guitar for a particular song. Now that I'm able to get a lot of guitar, I choose a particular guitar for. Then I support that I could still hear it was from the Ibanez to the Hollywood. The rest of the song, some was played with Fender, some was played with Gibson's, Les Paul, and
Les Paul, yeah. Many people like those. Not that anybody really cares about that other than musicians. But can I ask how you guys go about arranging your family lives, if you have families, in and amongst the band? Because I know that I have such a supportive wife who basically says, get out of the house, go do what you need to do, or do what you need to do. But how does that work in and amongst, you're laughing. How does that work in and amongst the families? Because, having kids can be difficult. I know as a teacher, I used to teach for some 30 years. I know it can be difficult. So how do you guys live around having families and being musicians as well?
Actually,
Okay.
three of us.
Those who probably didn't join today. The family guys didn't join.
Singles afternoon.
The single parts are here. Okay, but it's an interesting question. One thing is, as my brother was saying, discipline. We don't really give excuse. So far as you have agreed, you are with us. That the public side should be your personal thing. It should be what we want to do. Yeah. So it's sad. We support each other in anything, but the main thing is about the group. Yeah.
Yeah. And with gigs, for instance, do you does it come regularly? Because there are a lot of groups out there challenging for the few bucks out there. And I like what you guys are doing right now, as opposed to the first time you were here. This time around, you are out there, and what is pushing you to do that? Have you realized that you've gotten to a point where you feel that, look here, we've come this far, and this is where we are not going to leave no stone unturned. We are going to push forward, so we have to be out there and then promote the music. Right now, I've been seeing it a lot on, not enough, but a lot, as opposed to the last time on social media. You don't need a label to sign you. So you know what you are doing. What is the motivation to it, and how far are you going to push it? Because, like I'm saying, you are there. but you need to continue with the journey.
Good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. So I would say, as you said, the last time we're not out there, but this time we started to push ourselves a little bit. Uh, so after we released the album, we thought it was let's come out with a plan and see how we can promote it, the album, at least for us to be heard, and also get some gigs to perform. Yeah, so it's a plan we have, and since we released, we are following the process. Although it's not going as expected, but with the little resources we have, we're trying to push it to where we can and possibly go for the best. Yeah.
And with this, in this country, there are not really slots for original bands like us. People don't really do festivals. That is that bands like us are needed. It's just about it's about the people with the training
High
people in town.
profiles.
The solo artists. That maybe it cover about people like us. So more time we do our own show. Trying to build our fan base. Almost try every month we try to organize a show with our own financial
That's it.
financial. Yeah, so we tried our best to get to the top.
Yeah, I mean that's the way to go. Like a mentor of mine said, working for oneself is never slavery, but you have to toil. And you know what? I've formed groups in Canada, and Nakupenda, High Life Stars, and all these. Yeah, we did great, and I've never regretted it.
Great.
We did it with the African Guitar Summit. We did it. We got to wherever we had to go. It's not an easy kind of. To lead a group. But I'm so happy that all of you come together and make decisions for yourselves, as opposed to one person making the decision. And sometimes if you don't sort of connect, it becomes very difficult, to even get to that. How have you been able to keep this ship together? Do you get angry sometimes? You made the wrong call. You did that wrong call. That thing. Yeah. That thing, because if that thing is there, I don't think you have any future in a group, because as artists we are egoistical. Egos are killing us. Back in the day, somebody would just pick up the guitar and say, "Oh yeah, you're insulting me." Right before a show. Right before a show, he said, "Go and beg the person," and then he comes and see. But you see, in today's world, it's not like that. It's like you say, the solo artists are covering the airspace. But still, when it comes to festivals, especially in North America here, honestly speaking, I've been to so many different festivals, all over Canada, up to the United States, Canada, even in South America. But then the single, the solo artists are, people want to see a band, right? A complete band. I will not go on stage and then go and do a playback. No, I will never. We've been saying that on this station every time. In the last week, we discussed that. So, kudos to you guys. Never, ever, ever give up hope, because you've come this far, and it's not easy, and it's not going to be easy. There might be so many things out there that, what are the groups like Earth, Wind, and Fire and all those people? They stayed together. When it was time for them to go, they left. And now we are listening. We're still listening to their music. The music is still evergreen. We sample the music and we do all those kind of stuff. It was because of the mistakes that they made and didn't make. And as a group, the Temptations and all these guys, we still treasure them. We still do that, so forming a group like you guys have been together for this long, I think you've done great, and never ever look back and say, "No, look here, we are going to be on your own." If I get on my own, if I go solo, I'll be fine. We've seen so many artists who thought they were bigger than the group, they couldn't make it out. They couldn't make it. So you know what? You have to take cue from that and then work together and then promote the HWY6 fusion that you guys are promoting. I'm so excited that you know what we have. The last time that you were here, Ron was in. Ron is a songwriter.
Nice.
Yeah, his album, a track that he has been working on and stuff like that, it came out. Well, Ron, I'll leave the space for you because the fact of the matter, you may never know. You may need ADASAMMA somewhere down the line to write some stuff for them.
Great.
Yeah, our first song, I don't know, just in one place alone, Afro charts. It's already in less than 48 hours. It's at 5,000 listens. It's been just going through the roof. So it's, yeah, and I'm getting radio stations calling me or talking to me. So, but yeah, it's called Claustrophobic, and it's with a Nigerian fellow. So yeah, it's been, and I'll tell you, it's been a journey. The hardest thing is this little thing right here. It's called a phone. Is I don't know how many times he and I have chatted on the phone. You guys probably experienced this too. Is that, you know, if we want to share something or talk about something, that's the way we do it. I don't know if that's the same for you guys, but when it comes to writing, that's the way it works. I mean, I had the fellow I'm working with, his name's Fasil, and we had him on here last week, and he and I just chat everything. He told me this morning, can you put a pre-chorus in here? I like a pre-chorus this morning because it would be nice if you could build the vocals up into this section for the chorus. So I said, okay, sure, I'll work. So I don't know if you guys go through this much as well, but and I've told him never, ever, ever are we going to ever have you go on and play this canned as TYB is playing, because I'm going to hire good guys if you need to, because I can play the musician, I can play the bass, I can play the keyboards if I want to. It doesn't matter. But we're going to hire real musicians to play the song, because that's what it was made for, is real music. So I commend you for that, and keep doing it, because I know TYB and I have said this so many times with one another, is that there's nothing better than seeing real people on stage. And I saw an artist just last week where I must say she didn't walk on stage with any band at all. A big name artist, huge name. No, it was not Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift has her group. It was a huge name, and she walked on with choreographers only. And I thought, I dropped my face. The guitar player in the band I played, I told him that, and he goes, that sucks. I mean, no musicians? I said, no, it was all canned. And I thought, wow. So kudos to you guys, because you're out there playing the real stuff. And I still say to this day, that is always going to separate, as we say, pardon the phrase, separate the boys from the men.
That's true. Yes. Yeah, that is that is very true. And you know what, we appreciate that your time. Continue to do it. Now the whole world is listening to you. The whole world is looking to looking at you right now, as it is. How can people reach you to know who you are? Because the world needs a group like ADASAMMA promoting HWY6 or Afro-Fusion music in a different way.
Okay, so you can reach out on all the social media platforms. So on Instagram, ADASAMMA. On Instagram, ADASAMMA. On Facebook, it's ADASAMMA. Then on YouTube, it's ADASAMMA Music. The website, ADASAMMA.com.
Also, everything, the moment you go ADASAMMA, you guys are there, everywhere.
And all our music is on data platforms like Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play, Apple TV, like all the platforms everywhere. You find ADASAMMA. Yeah. And the other one is Influence.
Wow. And are you working on another project? Because sometimes as soon as one drops, the other one is on.
We are trying to release a single around May.
Oh, okay. All right. Normally, Ron will tell you, is this a single? Because Ron will not go for a single. Ron always goes an album.
Yeah, I love albums way more than singles.
Actually, it's going to be an album, but the release is something like single release. Then maybe after 5 songs, then bring out the album.
I'm doing the same thing, releasing a single and then with an album.
Yeah.
Great.
The question I have about this, about getting a hold of you guys, I went to your website and it's down or something. It's under construction or something. So you guys are aware. Yeah, it's just that I couldn't, that's why I couldn't find any information. I went to the website of yours and it wasn't working. So I don't know, maybe that's just in Canada it's not working, but that's something
Yeah, much about it. Sorry for that. We're trying to fix that. We are on it.
We are very sorry about that.
I don't apologize.
It's okay. I like it. All right.
No apologies. So I'm just making you aware of it. It says under construction or something.
Yeah.
Would you believe that there's been times where I've been speaking and the technician had put on the pedal of the mic. So it's all part of that. It's all part of it. So there's
no apologies needed.
My last question before we wrap up: how do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Ron, you didn't ask it. I was waiting for you to ask. So now try this right now.
Yeah, right. So in the next 5 years, maybe everybody we all think different. Though we are one group, individual. Maybe in the next time I want to be, ADASAMMA playing in arenas, Wembley Stadium, maybe playing at the Grammys, sold out venues,
Just
all
festivals.
this, playing all big jazz concerts in the whole world,
Yeah.
playing
Touring around. Yeah.
every night in every different city, and I know it's gonna happen.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. I'm great, guys. You know what? You've been a sport, and like we said, continue with what you're doing. The album is good, and those of you out there, if you haven't gotten a copy, just go check them out. ADASAMMA and it's Nyansapo. I loved it. The very first time that I got it, we played it continuously for about a week, 24/7. Yes, for about a week. And we still do it. Sometimes you have to do that and you pull it back. And you know what? Sometimes I just ask them, I say, did I hear it once again? But it's all part of it. We promote, we help you establish, no matter, not you personally, but any musician out there, if you bring your stuff and then we have the chance to, we don't have conversations with only unknown or lesser known. Everybody is available on this radio station and it belongs to every one of us. So you know what? Thank you for your time. And you know what? We'll see you again. The next time we see you, you'll be at the Grammys. Amen. That's right. So the next time we see you, you'll be bigger than ever. So, on behalf of myself and the entire management, I love the Afrobeat Music Talk Radio. Petra, who is not here with us today, with Ron, we say thank you for your time and the space that you've accorded us. With respect to the busy schedule that you guys have, we hope to see you and meet you once again. Bye-bye.
Thank you.